You guys haven't seen Teddy for a while, so he just wanted to say hi. You want to say hi to everybody? So this is Teddy. If you guys haven't met him, he shows up in the videos whenever we're back home or in the beginning. But he's just like a little teddy bear. I love him so much. Okay. Oh, I'll put you down, okay? Unless, are you comfy right here? Are you comfy? We'll see. I take advantage of any time he like wants to cuddle. So I'll just hold him for now. You gonna stay with me? So today we are going to train upper body. So that means shoulders, chest, and biceps. And I actually had someone tell me that, why do I put my biceps with my, technically I guess when I'm working out chest? Because the usual is chest and triceps. But you know, just an easy answer to that is just, I just switch them. I mean, it doesn't really matter because, but I guess I'm saying for my reasoning and why I do it, well, I guess maybe it does matter a little bit. Well, for my reasoning, it's just because I want to hit my biceps fresh, because you're going to indirectly hit your biceps when you're doing your back, you know, and it is what it is, and that's fine. But I guess I'm saying I just want to take any little advantage that I can to set my muscles up, you know, for the best advantage that they can. So since we're working out chest, my biceps are not really being targeted or anyway. So then at the end, when we do hit them, I just feel like I like doing it that way better. So that's why I have it switched, but it doesn't mean that things aren't going to change, which I will talk later on, maybe in like a few videos later, because I actually am going to change my split and I'll like explain why and all that stuff, but I won't get into it in this video. But just for, I guess, some reasoning of why I do my biceps with my chest and then my triceps with my back, and you know, just a simple reason. It's just because, you know, nothing crazy, but you know, that's why set your workouts how you like them, and also just trying it and seeing if you like it, and if you don't, then yeah, just change it back. Simple. But before we head over to the gym, I didn't know how I was gonna approach this because I guess because, you know, sorry. We been doing these consistent videos for, honestly, I think like 7 months now. And I usually don't always address like the negative comments or the judgmental comments. But sometimes the reason why I do is because I'm just thinking, well, if people perceive things a certain way, then someone else is being affected probably by that too, you know, and it's someone else is maybe being made fun of for that. And that's why sometimes I address things, because I wouldn't want that person to feel a certain way because other people are telling them to. And one of the comments, or not one of, but like the videos that get the most judgment that I make are the videos that when I get really emotional. And see, it's funny because I'm getting sad because I would hate for someone else to get judged for being emotional, and I'm just like thinking of that, and that's why I wanted to bring it up. And you know, with people getting emotional, I don't know how other people perceive it, you know, and I guess that's the thing, right? When you talk to someone and sometimes just hearing a different perspective, it gives you some comfort, or at least, you know, just something to think about. And the way I see it, that's why I wanted to talk about, is that, you know, you can have more than one emotion. You know, you can be sad, but you can also be happy. You can be scared, but you can also be brave. And you can, you know, feel weak, but also be strong. You don't just have this one identity or one emotion. And if people make you feel a certain way for showing any type of emotion, then, you know, they don't realize that that's the beauty of being human, is feeling all the emotions and acknowledging that we have them. So I just really wanted to touch on that because I know I used to feel a certain way when I would be so emotional. And I've told you guys, it still kind of creeps up, but, realizing that, well, then who has permission to be emotional? Like it's weird that you have to give yourself certain reasons to feel emotional or it's not justified. And you guys see, like, I get really emotional when I'm really passionate about something. And I'm just, because the things that I'm super passionate about are, other people, like, really, I guess, finding the strength in them. Like, I want that so bad. So when I feel like people are probably being put down for wanting to do what's best for them or wanting to fight through when they feel very weak and they don't believe in themselves and they're wanting to fight through that so much, like that gets me so like emotional because I'm just like wanting that for them so bad. And then the other one is just like, just me talking about like my passions, like when I talk about like bodybuilding and all that stuff. And when I talk about it and I am showing, like, I guess in a way, like just being vulnerable and opening up, because I just feel like if I felt like this through my journey, there's probably one person out there that has felt this too. And just letting them know that, they're not alone, because even I still feel alone. And when you guys tell me things like, oh, I'm actually really emotional too, like I get all worked up by things and, that's just how I've always been. Like it gives me comfort to know like, oh, okay, like I'm not alone. I know that it's not uncommon, but a lot of people probably don't like talking about it because people always want to judge about something, and I'm lucky enough, I am surrounded by people that don't make me feel like a certain way, like for me being so emotional, because even like all my family members, like they're also like a very emotional type of people and like embracing things that they're very passionate about. And I was used to being around that. And to me, that was very normal. And it's sad that I used to hear people say like it was scary for them to show emotions, and I felt really sad that they felt scared. Like because you shouldn't feel scared. Like, and it's sad. I guess I'm saying it's sad that you don't feel safe to be, showing any type of emotion, and that makes me sad. But I know that there's probably people, if you're hearing this and that is you, like don't worry, you're not alone. And those people that make you feel a certain way for feeling more than just a few emotions or even just a couple, like, that's that says more about them than you. Because to find the strength to understand that we have all these emotions and it's very normal to feel all of them, like it's I feel like that, like I said, like that's the beauty of us finding passion towards things, embracing things, and really finding deep down like what really matters in our life and not numbing ourselves. And I feel like a lot of times when people feel scared, they just want to numb anything. And that also takes away the good with your emotions. Like I said, if you feel sad, you can also feel happy. Like it just goes both ways. And I just really wanted to touch on that and let you know that that's the beautiful thing about having emotions and embracing them. And you can feel any type of emotion. You don't have to feel like just because you look a certain way, you can't. Like if you're like a guy and you feel like, oh, I have to feel very like macho and, tough. It's no, like it's beautiful when you can embrace all the emotions. I mean, I don't know how many times that I've watched like videos about Chris Bumstead saying that he's wanted to cry during his prep because that's how much passion he has. Like it's just how much emotion you have towards something and you're embracing it full force and you're not letting anything stop you. Because if you really tap into that, that's what I'm saying. Like the abilities that you find within yourself are amazing. They're beautiful because you have so much like I don't know, you have so much power in you. And for you to just block that and not use that, like, I guess I'm saying it's not a weakness. You know, you having passion is not a weakness. Of you having emotion is not a weakness. And when you start realizing that it's your strength, like that's when you start doing amazing things. That's why people say when you do things that are not normal, people start to think, oh, you're weird. But it's because how when you tap into that, you start utilizing things that it's hard for other people to do. And that's when you just start finding like, wow, like I didn't think I was capable of this. But if you know, if that made sense to someone, I hope me sharing what I think about that is just, I don't know, puts in a different perspective for you. I just wanted to put that out there. And yes, me making videos, I open myself up for people to like judge anything. And I know that. That's why I'm like, I'm okay with that because I'm not talking to them. People that judge are already trying to search for that. They're trying to search to look at something and just find the negative in it. I'm talking to the people that, you know, understand where I'm coming from, and I just want you guys to get something out of it. And that's why I love when you guys say that you do feel like you get something out of it, because that's like the huge reason of why I share more than just my fitness. I share more than that because you are more than that. Like a person is more than that. And that's why I've told you guys that there's so many people that just look at me and they say like, oh, you must feel, you're like, what do you call it? That I just care about looks because I am so into fitness, but you know, like no one knows you emotionally and they don't know your mental aspect towards things and all that stuff. That because there is more to a person than their looks and all that stuff. It's just like I said, I just am so passionate about working out because it's me challenging myself. And I've never thought that I could challenge myself because I didn't think I was strong enough mentally. Honestly, mentally, like so much, I didn't think I was strong enough. But me, when I challenge myself, whenever we go to the gym and we do something I didn't, you know, I couldn't do before, like that, like, I don't know, like fires me up inside. And that's what I'm saying. Like the gym is more than just that, you know, of course, like we love working out and we love muscle, but like the meaning behind it is different for everybody. And, you know, it's just sad, like when people want to judge just because, you know, maybe that's how they perceive it and that's fine, but this is not your story. And this is like, you know, I don't know, just like something I really wanted to talk about, but uh, you know, and this is normal. Like sometimes I do get emotional before going to the gym, just like listening to music and stuff, and it's yeah, it just is what it is. But let's go ahead and go to the gym. And yeah, like I'll see you guys there. But thank you guys for being so supportive because the people that are like super understanding and honestly like the people I feel like I would, you know, get along with in real life, like those are the people I'm talking to. And I know you get it. I know you get it because yeah, to other people, like being so passionate about something is kind of weird because they're so passionate about it. Like no one can probably understand it. And it can seem really abnormal. But I wouldn't change that. And I totally get like when other people are super passionate about something, like I totally get it. And I think it's beautiful. So I will see you guys at the gym and yeah, we'll talk then. Okay, we're starting with overhead press and everything's feeling really good. We'll see how this set goes, and then I wanted to talk about something if it goes well. So let's see how the set feels. This is going to be the first working set. Um, so just gonna put my music on and get into it. But it's so empty at the gym. It feels so nice because usually when it's empty, of course, like you can get to the machines that you like sooner and not have to just move things around just because you don't want to be waiting around. Okay, let's go. Huh. Oh, oh. Okay, okay. Just because I didn't know how many, or I didn't know how that whole set was gonna do, but you guys, we hit a new low this morning. We hit a new low this morning, and I don't know what's going on, but I feel so good. We literally hit a PR. Like, okay, it's not unheard, like, it's not common when you're doing a cut to hit a PR, but it's also surprising. Okay, my shoulders are on fire. Okay, we have one more set. I think I'll have to look back. I think we did 6 reps and I wanted to go for a 7 just because I feel so stable. I feel so stable that I'm like, you know what, let's go for that one more. And then, we have such a safe situation here that I could just rack it if it wasn't able to. And I guess I was just so surprised that I was able to even do this much reps, because when we were working up to the weight, that's why I say it's like my working sets, they're not so I can see like where I'm at, and they just felt so good. I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna add some more weight. We'll just see how it goes. Worst case, like, okay, we couldn't do that much reps or whatever, but I am just someone explain that to me. But I think we're gonna do one more set with this weight. It felt so solid. And yeah, we'll do one more set and then we'll go ahead and do bench. Okay, so for the second set of overhead, I ended up dropping the weight to our regular 35s on each side. Because yeah, my shoulders were feeling it and I knew they were gonna be too fatigued to hit that weight again. But a reminder of like a PR can look in so many different ways. A PR can be one extra rep you did, that one set you did with that extra weight that you put on, like, and be happy with that and not be hard on yourself that you didn't do it for more sets or whatever that looks like. But super impressed, and yeah, I was not expecting that. But we are still hitting the same weight with our bench, because sometimes when you hit a PR, you are going to feel fatigued for possibly the rest of your lifts, and sometimes it happens. But so far, we're doing okay still. And this is our first set, and working up to it felt just as good. So these are also mental notes that and you take for yourself. But I want to say this year I have been realizing how I wasn't taking advantage of doing lifts that are so stable, because when you do lifts that are so stable and not, having to worry about like free weights and stuff, like you can still do those, but the ones that are so stable, like you surprise yourself with what you're capable of, because there's not other factors playing into you lifting and you're just killing that muscle. And I think a lot of you know what I'm talking about, but obviously do lifts that you enjoy when you go to the gym, and there's other factors to it, but I've been enjoying today's workout. So let's go ahead and do this set. Okay. I was going to mention, because I know last chest, like when we were doing this last, I was saying, if you can't grip onto it, maybe find another machine. And someone pointed out, and these are things that, I forget. So I'm glad that you guys mentioned it, because that way more people can like acknowledge different ways to go about something that maybe not, so you can tailor it to you. So yeah, if the grip is too thick, do a thumbless grip and go about it that way and try it out. But if it still feels uncomfortable, don't ever do a lift that you feel unstable in and it doesn't feel comfortable, because you have to also realize that you're not going to be like bending your wrist all the way and start getting wrist problems. You're still having a strong grip, because when you have a strong grip, your wrist isn't going to be like bending backwards. And when I first started lifting, I wouldn't like take that cue, and my wrists used to always bend back, and I would always have like, my wrist would be in pain, and then realizing, oh, I need to have a strong grip when I'm doing things, so that way it doesn't just like go backwards, but that was a great point. So if something is too thick and you still like the machine, just do a thumbless one and just try it out. But yeah, let's go ahead and do one more of those, and we have side laterals after that. Okay, I'm wondering if this has any reason to do with why we are actually getting stronger with our overhead. Because you guys know I kind of barely started adding these like maybe 2 to 3 weeks ago. And we've been actually getting progressively stronger with this, because like I said, it's so stable that I can really, I don't know, perform well and technically getting stronger. But I think because I would do dumbbells, or, even the cables are good. But I guess for me, I wasn't really getting stronger, and I wasn't even thinking about it, because I'm like, oh, we're on a cut, it's okay. But I come on here, it feels amazing. And then we start getting stronger, and it does matter when you first start a new machine. Sometimes you're weak and then you do get stronger, but we've been getting stronger each time. Like, I don't know, but I also have been liking doing it at one arm at a time. It just feels so much nicer than just both. So if you do use this and you haven't tried doing one arm, try it, and maybe you'll fall in love with it too. Or, doing it that way. You're probably already in love with it. So I'm going to go ahead and do our second set. I wanted to go for that 9th rep because I did for the other arm. So, and it's crazy to think the next time we hit shoulders, because that was my last set, we're just doing 2 on here. I think I'm going to have to hire the weight even more, because, those felt really solid. Like, I feel like, adding 2.5 more, but that's something that is still something you're progressing, even with the 2.5s. I know people give me a hard time because they're like 2.5s, that's nothing, but it is, or at least for me. So it's weight. I mean, at the end of the day, it's still adding a little bit of weight. Let's see. Yeah, I think that's all I had to say about that. But really been enjoying this one. But let's go ahead and do technically, okay, yeah, we're gonna do a set of flies. And there was something about flies I wanted to also do a little differently. So let's just go ahead and head over there. So what I was going to talk about when we're doing flies, what I was noticing when I was doing flies, my arms are still too, okay, they need to be more bent. My elbows need to be more bent when they're back here because it's just going to be nicer for your shoulders, and you don't need to have, like I told you guys, it's going to be, you're straightening your arms when you're up here. So just come, when you come to stretch, and then squeeze. And you'll see when I do the set, and you know, like I said, just feels better on your shoulders, safer, and maybe something, if you haven't tried, just try it out and then you can see for yourself. But that's what I adjusted, and it feels really good. So let's go ahead and do our set. Okay. It was funny because I think when you're so used to doing it a certain way, you may still do it and you just have to intentionally remind yourself. So I don't know how they look. I'll probably have to look back, but I always just like focus on the squeeze. So when it's back here, I don't really think too much about it. I just think of the stretch. But because when you get used to doing it a certain way, like I said, you kind of just do it unintentionally. So sometimes doing something in a different way is going to take some time because you need to like practice it. But I just like the chest pump. Okay, let's go ahead and do biceps, and then we have posing, and then we're done. So let's go and see what's open. Oh, okay, some bicep curls, and they're feeling good. If you like doing seated bicep curls and you don't use the back of the bench, just pop it up. It just feels so much better because when you get to the end, just having, like I said, that will be the theme today. Um, just being more stable, and you just having that to do that extra solid rep is going to be nicer. And then you trying to stabilize yourself, you know, using your core and just getting sloppy maybe. But like I said, just less things to worry about when something's more stable. Okay. Oh, these really take it out of me. Um, yeah, so I'm gonna put a good song on and go ahead and finish off. This will be our last set for this. Oh, feeling good. We still have preacher curl, and then we'll do some posing. It's funny, this is my right arm. Do you know that my left actually looks better than my right? And my vein pops out more on my left. But I just think it's fine. I don't know why. I actually don't know why, but arms are looking a little leaner, guys. So that makes me happy because, like I told you guys, I carry a lot of my fat on my arms. Oh my gosh, I can't even flex them. So when they start to show some shape to them, that makes me happy. Okay, let's go do our last thing. Best to give me your loyalty, 'cause I'm taking the world, you'll see. Okay, so usually where I do my posing, I just flip the camera. So it's actually less busy because, you know, we would see all the machines on the other way. So we'll check out if this actually looks better. So I'll go ahead and put my mic down and try to get some poses of the shoulders, the chest, and the biceps. And, you know, we'll throw in other poses just for fun because, I mean, you know, we like looking at the muscle. So I'll put the mic down and we'll do some poses. I'll be moving around just to see what looks best for lighting purposes. But yeah, let's do some posing. Every time I break, there's just more pain to burn. They'll never, never, never learn. Till the battle's won, till kingdom come. Best to give me your loyalty, 'cause I'm taking the world, you'll see. They'll be calling me, calling me. They'll be calling me royalty. Best to give me your loyalty, 'cause I'm taking the world, you'll see. They'll be calling me, calling me. They'll be calling me royalty. That one's hard for me. I've been trying to practice it, but I mean, honestly, I haven't been practicing that. So I'm gonna try again. To give me your loyalty, 'cause I'm taking the world, you'll see. They'll be calling me, calling me. They'll be calling me royalty. Best to give me your loyalty, 'cause I'm taking the world, you'll see. They'll be calling me, calling me. They'll be calling me royalty. Okay, I have an eyelash in my eye, so that's why I've been blinking a lot. You probably can't tell, it's too dark. So, still iffy about how I like this. I don't know if it's just because it's different. It should be the same, you know? I think. Technically I am, let's see, oh, it got blurry. Okay, hopefully it wasn't blurry for the whole thing. I'll have to check. But I'm gonna go ahead, go to the bathroom, take this eyelash off of my eye, and then we have some cardio. So, okay, I will see you guys after that. So we just finished cardio, and cardio felt kind of easy because there was a point, remember, when I told you guys cardio was feeling really tough and I was feeling really exhausted, but I had to look at the time. I'm like, wait, I'm already done. I felt like I could have gone longer. So that's just crazy. Nice. But yeah, just something I want to document because I wonder how long I will feel this way with, you know, us being in a deficit and all that stuff. But I forgot to say that I didn't record preacher curls. I did them, but I was working in with someone, so I just didn't, you know, put up the camera for you guys. But I mean, other than that, like, I am so happy with today's workout. And like I said, we did hit a new low. So we weigh 146.4. And for those that don't know, we started at 180. So that's a lot of weight that we've lost. And just happy with how I've been able to maintain the strength that we've gained during the surplus and just maintain it. And I don't know, my body's like, I guess, still surprising me, but I just wanted to touch on, like I was saying in the beginning of the video, you know, just kind of like, well, maybe not even about what we were talking about, but more just, you know, you guys, at the end of the day, going after what you're passionate about, what's important to you. And, you know, there may be people that don't understand or even think you're kind of silly, you know, for being so passionate about something. Because, you know, not everyone's going to have the same interests as us. And there are a few people that, you know, don't understand how someone can be as passionate about like working out and bodybuilding. And then there's other people in my life that really understand, and it's comforting to know that, you know, I'm not alone, that they get it too. But it is hard for the ones that don't understand and always having to explain things, and it does become a little hard. And I guess I'm saying if you're more surrounded with those kind of people, I can get it. It can get really tough, and you start to question like your ways and your lifestyle because you're just like, well, they think I'm weird because, you know, I'm just sticking to my diet. I just stick to a routine. I go to the gym, you know, and not understanding what that means. I mean, to you, you know, like whatever that is. And I'm just giving the gym as an example because that is what it is for me. And because I've told you guys, the cut has actually been really just simple, you know, I mean, easy, simple, whatever you want to call it, because I just set my mind to something and I just do it. I don't think, oh, do I feel like it? Oh, do I want to eat this thing that is, you know, doesn't fit in my macros, you know, just all these things. And I want to say the hardest part for me has been the people that don't get it. And, you know, they make me feel like they can't talk about food in front of me. And I'm like, what? You guys are fine. Like, you can talk about food. And they're just like, no, like, we can't say anything about food. Like, that's bad. Or, you know, they also feel like it's weird. Like, when are you done with your cut? Like, let's go and eat a hamburger, things like that. And I'm just like, oh, I'm still on my cut. Like, it's just, I don't know. And I think that's like the hardest part. And then me saying like, oh no, I'm fine. Like, I'm not, you know, I just want to hang out. Like, because there are times where I hang out with my friends or family, depending on, you know, like the situation. I'm like, okay, I'll sit there with them, maybe get like a diet soda or something. And then, you know, I choose not to get something, and then they start offering me their food saying, oh, or you want this, you want that. I'm like, no guys, I'm okay. And it's kind of hard to explain. And I tried to tell them, like, you know, like, this is fine for me. I'm fine. If anything, I feel uncomfortable that I'm making you guys uncomfortable. Like, that makes me feel bad. And I think that's why people, when they're in a diet, there may be a few reasons why, but I mean, for me, I just don't like making other people uncomfortable, because they get uncomfortable if like the other person's not eating, but I'm fine. Like, I'm okay. So it's just like all these things. And I guess I'm saying, like, it's really nice when you don't have to always explain your reasonings of why you do something, and you know that they don't understand that it's not that big of a deal for you, and yeah, just understanding that. And it's nice when some people that don't even do bodybuilding, they understand. You know, and it's really comforting. It's really nice. But with me also saying that, there was something else I wanted to touch on. Huh. Man, I forgot. Uh, oh man. Oh well. But man, I want to remember. Hold on, I'm gonna give myself a sec. Maybe I'll just cut it out while I'm thinking. And okay, so I don't remember exactly what I was gonna say, but I do also want to just point out, like, how I was talking about, if people don't really understand and you are going after something that you're passionate about and that you want to, let's say, like, try, there are going to be times where you're going to fail, and there are going to be times where you may not think that you can accomplish it, because I've had those times countlessly throughout me doing bodybuilding and lifting, where I, you know, I guess you can say, did fail in a way, and made me feel like I wasn't good enough, and made me question, like, my worth, or like, am I, like, because we see these people and we put them on a pedestal thinking, are we ever gonna be at their level? Because, like, I feel like they're at a different level, but realizing, like, if you just never give up on yourself, you know, to just realize how far you can go. Because don't be so hard on yourself if there are times you have failed, and things didn't go exactly how you wanted it to. And I guess I'm saying that with, you know, with me dealing with eating disorders in the past, and I've talked to you guys about that before, and you know, when I did go through them, it made me feel like I failed. It made me feel like I was never going to be good enough, and it really does take you to a dark place. And that's why it's like, it took me so long to change my whole mindset and to grow. But you know, that's something that I feel like everyone experiences. Everyone has different journeys with certain things, and that's why when I talk about things, I'm talking about, like, my journey, and how it was for me. And I guess I'm saying, like, yeah, like, there were times I did fail a lot, and then I would tell myself that, yeah, I just wasn't at that level, or I wasn't good enough. And then you kind of just start realizing, like, well, then what? Am I just going to give up? Because what's that going to do? But, you know, it's the mindset. It's how you start thinking about it. And then when you start telling yourself that you want to do your best for yourself, and that's the best decision you can make, then things start to change. And you start having those just moments where you realize that you're capable of so much. But anyways, I guess I'm saying is, like, I'm rooting for you guys, and I just want you to go after the things that you're passionate about, and realize that, you know, as long as it's something that brings that, you know, just fills your spirit, then that's all that matters. You don't have to, you know, worry about someone else's, and trying to make them happy, because a lot of times, yeah, people that we do care about won't understand, and it's okay. But you're doing this for yourself, you know? So anyways, I will end the video there, and I will see you guys for back day.